Howdy! I wanted to go over my 5 tips for weight loss that I have experienced and has helped me on this journey. So to give a little background, I used to be at my peak 316 pounds from the age of 22, and then from 22 to 27 I was about 285 pounds, and now I'm sitting at 239 pounds. So over the course of where I am now to my peak, I have lost 75 pounds, and it's been a really slow, gradual decline, but I think I have some insight and wisdom I want to share with everyone, so let's dive in. My first tip that I have is find a motivator other than only seeing numbers drop on a scale. There is a very high chance this will only demotivate you, and when your weight doesn't drop as fast as you want, there's a good chance you're just going to end up quitting. Your weight fluctuates and can be difficult sometimes, as fat tends to be pretty stubborn and it's treated like an organ. It provides blood flow, energy, and it also communicates with your organs as well. I have a link that I'll put in the description if anyone else is kind of curious about that. When your body treats it like an organ, it makes it difficult to lose, causing times of extreme plateauing. Instead of looking for just numbers, try to look for something else. So in 2020, when COVID hit, I was honestly terrified of dying. I honestly still to this day think I have heart failure, and so if I got COVID, especially the Delta variant, there was probably a good chance that it was going to kill me. I was morbidly obese, still weighing like 286 pounds. I didn't move at all. I was working an office job. I was basically just playing video games for my hobbies. I was staying at home, eating a bunch of junk food. And death honestly seemed like a pretty good motivator. Because of that, I ended up changing up my eating habits. I stopped eating red meat. I started exercising more. And it encouraged me to just care a little bit more about my lifestyle. The next health scare that I ended up having ended up being a GI problem. That ended up being, I started having what I thought was more heart issues, but ended up, I think, being pancreas and gallbladder problems. I still to this day have like nausea issues if I eat food that's higher in fat. I might have like chronic pancreatitis, or I have a gallbladder issue. I'm not entirely sure. I've kind of learned to live with it. Even right now, like talking, I have to take a deep breath because it pushes on my diaphragm. So that was kind of like the 2 health motivators that are a constant reminder to me of why I need to lose weight. Like, it's not an option. I can't fail. The next one is that, I don't know if you are on my channel, but I really like tattoos. And if I want to lose weight, I can't get my chest tatted because I'll end up having loose skin. So if I end up having loose skin and I get tattoos before I lose weight, I get loose skin. My tattoos that I pay a bunch of money for and sit countless hours enduring pain, it's going to end up hurting. So because of this is a constant reminder and motivator of why if my weight doesn't go down the scale, I'm not going to give up. There's other motivating factors that keep me determined, that like in those stages of plateau, I'll just get through them. I'm not really worried about it. So my second tip is honestly nutrition. This has to be the most important. Exercising alone, like, could you lose weight? Definitely. You'll build muscle as well. But if you eat 6,000 calories, like I used to, pizza, Dairy Queen, Culver's, cheese curds, ice cream all the time. I used to get a whole bucket of like 24 wings from Pizza Hut and just devour them. Would still sit down on my computer and play video games all day. If I ate like that, I would need to exercise for hours to try to remove those calories. And then even if I was able to lose weight by eating all that, that food is hot garbage for you. My heart's getting clogged up, my pancreas is having problems, which is probably why I have pancreas issues right now. Your GI gets thrown out of whack, your hormones go over the place. I don't know. There was a bunch of like other health issues as well that ended up like happening. Um, you can have like water retention issues and all that. So if you just learn to try to cut back your food a little bit and try to replace your foods with more like healthier whole foods for you, you can feel full for longer, feel more energetic. Your body will thank you in a long term. It's easier to lose weight. And then exercising on top of that just like really just adds a cherry to the top. You burn a little bit of calories, but I wouldn't even really look at exercise as like caloric burning. I look at it as more like strength training. I want to just build and tone my muscles. So whenever I lose weight, my saggy skin can kind of fit into it. So I don't look like super disproportionate. Instead of having soda, you can opt for water. That was probably one of the first things I ever did was I quit drinking soda. And after a month, I think I took like a swig of my wife's soda and ended up tasting like thick syrup. It was honestly disgusting. So really all I drank now is water. So instead of having soda, maybe just opt for some water. Instead of like eating at late night, we really shouldn't be regardless. But if you're gonna have like a brownie, a muffin, any kind of like unhealthy late night snack, maybe just opt for like a fruit. Even those times where like I want to snack throughout the day, if I can't help myself, I'm going to eat something clean. I need it. I owe it to myself to eat something clean. So I'll go have like an apple, a banana, blueberries, yogurt, like non-fat yogurt that's like lower in sugar. I'll even put some blueberries in it with some like chia seeds. That's probably my favorite snack right now of all times. At the end of the day, you're gonna feel better. You're gonna feel more energetic. It's gonna be hard at first, but in the end, your body will thank you. And remember, just being in a caloric deficit is how you lose weight. So if you can eat whole foods that are like they keep you satiated for longer, because eating like refined carbs or these sugary things, you're gonna feel hungry in like an hour or 2 hours, and your hormone levels are all over the place. So my third tip would be don't stress it. If you're constantly stressing about losing weight, things are just gonna get worse. You're likely gonna be demotivated when the scale doesn't go up because there's constant times of plateauing, even during all your hard work. You just need to try to kind of trust the process. It's not a get fit quick scheme. Like my journey has been long. Like basically I didn't work out at all. It was this whole nutrition. I just cut out red meats. I started cutting out like a large amount of sugar, and even back then I still did have sugars now and then. I've recently started cutting out like carbs. It's a marathon. It's not a sprint. You just need to trust the process. I've gone through this at least 3 times, and every time I just looked for the number on the scale to go down, and when it didn't go down, I got frustrated, and I just started just not caring as much. I wasn't watching my calories. Even like right now, I don't really watch my calories. The food that I've just put in my body is just really good, healthy, whole foods like rice, salmon, broccoli, green beans, lean chicken. So because of these, I feel satiated for long term, and I don't need to constantly keep eating, forcing me to go into a caloric surplus. Everyone can lose weight. There's really no trick with it. Just don't stress it. Take your time. Like I said earlier, it's a marathon, not a sprint. My 4th tip is look to get more steps into your day. Honestly, I used to only probably get like 1,000 steps a day. It was terrible. You want to aim at least for, ideally you hit 6,000 steps a day, because there are studies that say that even 6,000 steps a day reduces your all-cause mortality by 40%. And up to 11,000 steps, your all-cause mortality is reduced by 53%. However, if you just walk 1,000 more steps than your normal baseline, you can reduce your all-cause mortality from 12 to 15%, which is quite significant if you don't move at all. So ideally you want to hit like 2,000. So 2,000 steps for me a day is honestly just taking like a 10-minute walk around the apartment complex. It's really not that long. You'd be surprised by how many steps you can get in by just a short walk. And even if you're really large and it's hurting your joints, you're older, just maybe try to just walk in place a little bit. Like walking is a really good way to kind of build up the energy in your body, start building up the metabolism and not causing so much pain to yourself. And honestly, over time, your body's going to get used to it, your muscles are going to get stronger, you're going to have more energy, and you're going to be able to go for longer spurts without really realizing it. So ideally, you want 6. Try to hit over 2,000 of whatever your baseline is. Both of them just reduce your all-cause mortality, which is awesome. I'll have links to these articles in the description of the video. And so my last tip that I have is fast. I've recently started fasting, and it has been tremendous. I think it's honestly different for everyone. There's the 12-hour, 16-hour, 24, 48, 72-hour fast. There's on and off fast, where one day you fast, one day you don't. There are studies for all of these. However, when I started fasting, my urge to eat every day, every 1 to 3 hours diminished rapidly. When I wasn't fasting, I'd go to the gym early, I'd have a protein shake, then in 2 hours, I'd have a meal, and then I don't know, 2 more hours I'd have a fruit. I still wanted to eat pretty regularly. I was just, whatever I'd eat an apple, something that would just feel like it'd fill me up for a while. When I started fasting though, my urge to eat every 1 to 3 hours diminished very quickly. Probably within the first 3 days of fasting, it really started to just go away. It hit really quick. I do a 16-hour fast now. Try to be minimal 16 hours. And then I just eat on an 8-hour window. Now when I say I eat an 8-hour window, it's pretty open. I try not to eat past 8 p.m. And then when I wake up, I essentially just try to go for 16 hours. I try to have a mental note of when I stopped eating at that night, and then just basically look for a 16-hour window. Sometimes I'll go 20, sometimes it'll be 14. It depends when I go to the gym if I want protein, to try to hit that anabolic window. I found that when I'm fasting, my hunger levels drop really low. My stomach doesn't really get very hungry until, honestly, now probably when my fast is almost over. When I'm fasting, I don't have the urge to snack throughout the day, which I already said. My stomach doesn't feel bloated because of my GI issues. I told you I have a gallbladder problem or a pancreas problem. Because of this, I feel I'm constantly bloated. It could have been also the carbs as well. I'm always gassy. It's pretty embarrassing to be out in public. But when I fast, I'm still gassy, but my stomach has shrank tremendously. Some of my weight loss could have been just my inflammation coming down and not eating so much, causing a constant inflammation in my body. I also feel less lethargic. I have a problem where my eyes are always tired. I honestly used to be able to take naps all the time. I would just get really sleepy. I don't overconsume calories. So sometimes a fast won't work for people because when you break your fast, you overindulge. I think if you don't set up a good nutrition plan for yourself and you don't learn how to constrain yourself a little bit, it's really easy that when you're done with a fast, you're just going to overconsume. But even when you're fasting for long periods, it's hard to overconsume unless you're eating absolutely just terrible food for you that's super high in calories. That doesn't really fill you up. I don't even know, I don't know, ice cream or something. Because it tends, if you're eating food that fills you up, you don't have time, you don't have the space to eat so many calories to try to make up for what you lost. But if you don't overconsume calories, because of my second tip, which was nutrition, you should honestly be pretty alright. So to tie this all in together, achieving fat loss is not about a get fit quick scheme. It's about trading bad lifestyle habits for better ones. It's about wanting to be a better you. If you can imagine the best you right now, would you be happy with yourself? Because honestly, I would not. I know I'm destined to be way better than my current state. There's a point in my life where I will have what I want, I will look like what I want, I won't have so many health ailments because I'm obese and I've been obese my entire life. I've never been a healthy weight. Even right now, being 5'9", 239, I still have a ton of fat on me, but I'm on a very gradual decline, and at this rate, I'll get there. There's no reason I'm not. I think I have myself set up for success, and I just want to try to distribute this information to you all who can use any of it. If any of this helps you, then I did my job, and I would be absolutely thrilled. Everyone has to succeed. No one can fail. It's not an option. So I wish you all good luck, and if you got this far, I really appreciate it. I'm hoping to push more content like this and try to motivate people. That's kind of my goal, and to document my own journey. So like, comment, subscribe. I'd appreciate it. Thanks. Bye.